Ladies and gentlemen, the winner for the Energy Reporter of the Year award here at the 9th Ghana Energy Awards is Shadrack Odame Jare. Congratulations once again. Shadrack, for all the evenings of breaking your back and sacrificing the midnight oil, this is to say congratulations to you. Dr. Jemima Nunu will remain here with us on this. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner for the energy...
All right, so you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. This show is also live on a 94.1 FM. That's on your radio dial. Please tell a friend to tell a friend that if you can't watch us on TV, you can at least monitor us on radio. That's 94.1 FM. My name is Awudu Moro, and I told you earlier that one of our own, Shadrack Odame Ejari, has won a massive, a very, very important award at the just ended 9th Ghana Energy Awards, and he's joined us in the studio to tell us about how he feels, how he went about winning this award, what is it that he's done to have deserved this award, and what we should be looking out for. So, but he's not here alone, and he's here with Kwame Atiasi. Kwame Atiasi is a Deputy Manager, Corporate Communications, Ghana Energy Awards. He's also here. So let me start with our own Shadrack. Shadrack, good morning. It's good to see you. How are you?
I like it. It's been a while. I'm pretty well.
Good. I can imagine how the feeling is like, but I'll come back to you and ask you about that. But Kwame, you're also here. Good morning. Good to see you. And how are you?
Good morning.
Yeah, good. I'm doing very well, alhamdulillah. And you're the Deputy Manager, Corporate Communications, Ghana Energy Awards, isn't it? All right. So let me start with Shadrack, and then I'll come back to you and tell us what the whole idea behind the Ghana Energy Awards is all about. So, Shadrack, how's the feeling been since you won this award? First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How's the feeling been since you won this award?
It's always exciting to know that your works are recognized and a pat on the shoulder to keep you going, and it always, I mean, it's also telling you are up for more challenge. Okay. So even though it's exciting, it's now telling you would have to do more, because now you have brought out a cut out yardstick. So meaning you can't do anything less. You would have to strive for higher height or do more than you have done in the previous years. And I mean, that is what I also sought to do, because this is actually my second I was nominated about 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
Yes, as I was a finalist but didn't win. So I just thought, what can I do better? So right. I think in the previous or the past month, maybe March, May, June, I did a tour of the areas around the Volta region. So from Adoso, Afram Plains, Truth to Bando, crossing over to Karachi. I have toured everywhere, Salaga to Yeji. I have gone everywhere, and okay. In those moments, I just thought we always have issues with power or energy, but we are quick to say, President Kaniane Wahi, ECG Kaniane Wahi, VRA Kaniane Wahi, and sometimes, pardon my words, you would find excuses or suggestions that are lame. You would expect that this person should know more. So I set out to find out, can we put a human face to all these technicalities we always speak about when it comes to the energy sector, such that my mom in the house would know that she's contributing to the erratic power supply? Marine transport systems would know they are contributing to erratic power supply. The fisherman, the illegal miner, the people encroaching on wetlands around the Volta Lake, people taking over buffer zones. Everybody would know that once my light goes off, it is not the president putting it off. Okay. It is not the sector minister putting it off. I have contributed my quota to the erratic power supply I am seeing. So if I am doing my bid, Moro is doing his bid, he is also doing his bid. Maybe if we are tasting 10% of power or energy, we can possibly look at a 15 or 20%. So that is what I set out to do.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. When was this particular documentary aired? So I am yet to air the TV documentary, but I did the online article, and a very elaborative one, looking at all the sectors, how sometimes we even talk about nutrients building in the Volta Lake, but we also know that these nutrients are building up in the Volta Lake because possibly I'm yet to find where our marine transport systems are dumping their waste. And apart from the oil waste that we see in our waters, there are organic waste that are coming from our marine operations that are helping to build up this nutrient. And this nutrient will now move to making seaweed or water weeds grow, and now they become dams for siltation. So now at the end of the, you even hear this marine system transport system saying we got stuck for 1 hour, we got stuck for 2 hours in the Volta Lake, but they do not know they are also contributory factors plus other ones going. And once those things happen, water volumes begin reducing. You have taken over parts, you've built your house, so gradually all those places are reservoirs that are supposed to take in the huge volumes of water during the rainy seasons, and then when we are entering the dry season, they are able to feed the lake again with the right amount of water to run our turbines. So all these ones, it's not happening. Or when we talk about erratic power supply, I wanted people to know that it's not in isolation, it's not an island, it's a pockets of issues from our various homes, from our various offices that are bringing up these matters. And at the end of the day, the whole economy will now be affected. Right. So Kwame, you when I say you, I mean your organization put this together. I'm talking about the Ghana Energy Awards. I mean, what's the thinking behind this?
All right. For the Ghana Energy Awards, we set up this national platform 9 years ago, and then the whole idea behind it was to recognize and then celebrate the many contributions to the development of our energy sector. And so through our platform, what we seek to do in general is to honor people, honor organizations, honor individuals that are contributing to the progress of our power and petroleum subsectors. Over the years, we've been able to position the Ghana Energy Awards brand to be more or less the benchmark for excellence in our energy sector.
Okay. What was it about Shadrack's work that I know there's a team that actually looked at the entries and so on, but what have you learned in terms of what is it about Shadrack's work that made you believe that he deserves this award?
Okay, so for Shadrack, reiterating what he said earlier, this is not his first attempt at being recognized for this award. Last year he was there, and then last 2 years was where he was there. And the first thing I would say about him is the fact that he didn't give up, and he kept on going, kept on putting in the work. For us, when it comes to the assessment of the submissions that come to us, we have an awarding panel, which is a 5-member body, which is chaired by lawyer Kwame Jantua. He's a board member of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. And then he's aided by Dr. Kwame Ampofo, who is now the ambassador of Ghana to the Republic of Hungary. They are supported by Dr. Jemima Nunu, Professor Felix Asante of the University of Ghana, and then Dr. Lawrence Tete. Now, the work of these 5 people is supported by another group of people who are technical experts. And this group is also led by Dr. Alfredo Fosu Ahenkra, the former Executive Secretary of the Energy Commission. Now, what they do when such submissions come is to go through it from a technical perspective and then advise the awarding panel on how best to assess these nominees that have come in. For Shadrack, the most striking thing about his submission was the fact that the area he dealt with was a very technical area. Now, for the energy sector, the power side of things, there are several subdivisions, and then it's segmented into 3 areas. There's the generation side of things, there's the transmission side of things, and then there's the distribution side of things. Unfortunately, over the years, people have more or less blamed our power issues on the distribution side of things alone. But with his report, he went further down the line into the generation side of things, and not just at the generation, but what other contributing factors are affecting generation in our country. And Ghana's major source of power generation is hydroelectric power. And anything that happens to hydro is more or less going to affect the entire power supply chain. Where he came from was to go to the Volta Lake, see what is happening to it. I think the heading of his article was the attack on the Volta Lake, an assault on Ghana's energy sector. Right. And then he highlighted certain things which he has mentioned, silting, illegal mining, encroachment, and then I've mentioned the illegal mining, encroachment, and then other pollution from marine sources and all of that. But one thing he also went ahead to do was also to juxtapose his assessment with what happened in 2023 with the controlled spillage of the Akosombo Dam and Kwan dams. And so he was more or less also highlighting to Ghanaians that should we not act now, this is what is likely to happen. And so for us, the key things we assessed from his submissions was the ability to break down technical issues so that even the average Ghanaian can appreciate what he's saying, the ability to highlight the seriousness of what he was talking about, and then also getting the policymakers to act on what he wrote on.
So how many entries did Shadrack win out of? Do you get a point? I mean, how many people entered that particular category?
For that category, there were either 6 or 7 in total. And then it was a very fierce competition from different media houses. I wouldn't want to mention those media houses, but he came on top out of the entire competition, and I think he deserves it, because to be able to put out something like that and then make it in a way that anyone who picks it up, from technical experts to energy sector people to even the average Ghanaian, to appreciate it, is worth commending.
All right. Shadrack, so where do we go from here, finally?
Like I said, we just have to go higher. I am currently working on putting visuals to such stories so that people can also understand, like where I've had some conversations with some of these marine transport heads who are explaining the kind of difficulties they are having. I've spoken to some fisher folk, even the issues with turbidity. Sometimes when it comes to works around these dams, you think, oh, it's illegal mining, turbidity is affecting just health. But have you thought of what happens to the turbines, the wells, the time that it's consuming? So we would go deeper, but make it simple, such that my mom, who never sat in the classroom, knows what he or she is doing. And going forward, I think we would also be moving from maybe power or electricity, as we all call it, maybe hit at petroleum, so that when next year fuel price is going up, you know what is happening, and any other part when it comes to energy and power.
Any thank yous before you take leave of us?
I want to say thank you to everybody at Metro TV, because I have never worked alone. You would work with your driver, you would work with your cameraman, you would work with editors, people who would proofread your work. So from my senior colleagues in the newsroom, my bosses, my MD, my HR, even when I am reading the news, HR will be on standby. Shadrack, I like your posture. Shadrack, I like the way you're asking the questions. And those things just push push you forward to always do more. And I also want to say thank you to Ghana Energy Award and everybody involved for the continuous support to people who are telling the stories and people who are making impact in the sector. And more, one thing I wanted to, I was telling Shamima behind the cameras yesterday, 30th November, was my birthday also, so it was actually a double celebration for me. But I don't know who is. I know people from the presidency and around the president watch Good Morning, and I'm saying that because 29th was the president's birthday, so, and mine is on 30th. So I've told Shemima all the rice that were cooked in the president's house, Auntie Lodina did some nice stews, they should package them for me. I'll come for the rest and use. I didn't do anything, meant to me and Dishy. So Alhaji, you can also send me my dollars for outing.
This is a very interesting appeal for fun.
Yeah. I mean, once you are seated here, if I get gentle with this, I'll go home hungry. So I have to tell you.
All right.
So that I tell MD, tell HR, tell everybody. Yeah.
All right.
But
fine.
Thank you.
Let's say if you want to speak to,
you want to speak to God, you speak to the wind.
Speak to them. Shadrack,
Alhaji,
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm not surprised because I know the kind of attitude that you have always attached to the job that you do or the work that you do. I can only encourage you to do more and to continue to keep the focus. And like you said, it's just the beginning and the bigger things to come. Let's say it is the beginning of better and greater things to come. So once again, congratulations. And also congratulations to the Ignite Media Group. Congratulations to Metro TV, of course, a part of the Ignite Media Group, for the enormous support that the Metro TV as an organization has given you in achieving this feat. And I'm happy that you acknowledge that in your thank you message. So yes, and we've said it time and again. If anybody here who has any ideas or is an idea, Metro TV is always like an ideation house.
Yeah.
So if you have any ideas that you want to explore in things, we always create that kind of congenial environments for people to explore those ideas and to make it big. At the end of the day, when you win the award, even though you were the one who spearheaded, but at the end of the day, the Metro or Ignite Media Group as a corporate, collectively, gets the credit as well. So thank you very much for this, and congratulations once again.
Always welcome.
All right, and also to you, Big Boss, for creating a platform for the Ignite Media Group, Shadrack, to win that award. Congratulations to you once again. Right, so it's going to be every year, isn't it?
Yes,
every year. So how many? This is the what? The ninth one. Okay.
So next year is even going to be much bigger
and better. We can only wish you well, and we're always available for partnerships, so we can talk.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So that's Kwame Atiase. He's the Deputy Manager, Corporate Communications, Ghana Energy Awards, and also our own Shadrack Odame Jari, who is the current coveted winner of the Energy Reporter of the Year recipient. Thank you, and please don't go away. Stay with us.
The winner for the Energy Reporter of the Year award here at the 9th Ghana Energy Awards is Shadrack Odame Jare.
Tell me who adore me.